Hello friends, welcome to Heart of a Soldier. I'm your name, and today I'm going to share with you the story of a real soldier. This story shows us how fate works, how a soldier's love knows no boundaries, and how sometimes life surprises us with the most beautiful moments when we least expect them. If you're ready, listen to the story of David Eagle Thompson. Walking along the beach in Virginia Beach, David Thompson scratched the tattoo on his chest. An eagle with wings spread wide, merged with the sacred symbol of the Marine Corps, the EGA, eagle, globe, and anchor, the three sacred symbols every Marine carries in their heart. 45-year-old David was no longer that young sniper. His hair had grayed, his face bore the marks of the Iraqi sun and Afghan winds. But that tattoo was still as vivid as the first day. "When did you get this tattoo, Dad?" his daughter Emma had asked last week. David had stopped, taken a deep breath. "When I was your age, after I saved a child." That day came and went, but he couldn't tell the whole story. How could he? The fear he saw in that child's eyes, how his own hands trembled, how that small body clung to him. David continued walking on the beach. The same routine every morning. Wake before sunrise, go for a run, then think by the beach. His therapist, Dr. Martinez, had suggested this. Take time to make peace with the past. David, making peace, Easier said than done. He entered a coffee shop, the place he came to every morning in Virginia Beach. Barista Jennifer knew him. He always ordered the same thing. The usual. "David." "Yes, Jen. Thanks." While waiting for his coffee, a young man sat at a table in the corner of the shop. He had taken off his t-shirt, seeming overwhelmed by the heat. David's eyes fixed on the young man's chest. His heart stopped. The same tattoo. Exactly the same. Eagle with wings spread. EG, a symbol beneath. Same size, same position, same details. "Excuse me," David said, approaching. "Your tattoo, it looks very similar, The young man looked up, about 25 years old, dark-haired, serious eyes. His Marine bearing was obvious. "Are you a Marine, sir?" he asked, standing up. "Former Marine. David Thompson." "You?" "Marine Corporal Marcus Al-Rashid, sir. 2nd Battalion, 1st Marines." David's breath caught. Al-Rashid, an Arabic surname. And that face, that very familiar face, "Where did you get your tattoo, son?" Marcus looked at his chest. "There's actually a curious story, sir. I got this tattoo in honor of a Marine sniper. He saved me in Iraq." David's hands began to tremble. "In Iraq, when?" 2003, sir. I was 8 years old then. We lived in a small village near Baghdad. My father was working as an interpreter for American forces." David sat down in a chair. His legs wouldn't hold him. "Go on, son." Marcus also sat, his eyes distant with memory. "One night our village was attacked. Terrorists wanted to punish my father. The house started burning. My family was killed. I was hiding, but they would have found me too." David's eyes filled with tears. "Then I heard a sound. Gunfire. Someone was shooting the terrorists. Then someone picked me up. A very tall Marine. He kept calling me Eagle. He said, 'You're my eagle.'" Marcus paused, looking at David. "That Marine took me to a safe place. He said, 'American Eagle.' He said, 'You're my eagle. You'll be strong.' Then I never saw him again." David stood up, took off his t-shirt. The tattoo on his chest was revealed. Marcus's eyes widened. "This is impossible.
"Marcus,"
David said in a trembling voice. "The person who saved you that night was me." Silence fell in the coffee shop. Marcus got up from his chair, approached David. He looked at the tattoo, then at David's face. "You Are you Eagle?" "Yes, son, it's me." Marcus's eyes filled with tears. For a very long time, they looked at each other. "I searched for you every day," Marcus said. "I would see you in my dreams every night. Those big hands, that strong embrace. How you saved me. David stepped forward, hugged the young man. Both were crying. How are you, son? What happened? Where did you live? Marcus pulled back, wiped his eyes. After the war, we went to Germany as refugees. My uncle raised me, but I always thought about America. I thought about you. When I turned 18, I came here. Why did you join the Marines? Marcus smiled. I wanted to be like you. I wanted to protect other children like you showed me that night. Becoming a Marine was my debt to you. From that day on, David and Marcus began meeting every day. David told him about the past. That night, the fire in the village, how he found Marcus, how he took him to safety. That night, David said one evening, as they sat on the beach, I saved your life, but actually you saved my life. How so? Until then, I had only seen the dark side of war. Death, pain, loss. But after saving you, I understood that war also has a bright side. We were fighting for good. Marcus nodded. After I got this tattoo, he said, pointing to his chest, every time I look at it, I remember you. Being like an eagle. Being strong. Protecting others. ... David smiled. You're already like an eagle, son. You always have been. Marcus introduced David to his family. His wife Sarah, their 2-year-old son Amir. David became a grandfather to them. Every evening he would visit Marcus's house, hold little Amir. I'll tell him this story one day too, Marcus said one evening. How his grandfather was a hero. David began giving Marcus sniper training. The young man was talented, eager to learn. A sniper doesn't just aim and pull the trigger, David would say. He protects. He waits. He's patient. You're like that too, Marcus. One day Marcus asked, David, exactly when did you get this tattoo? David paused, trying to go back to the past. A week after I saved you, after returning from duty to Germany. Why? David took a deep breath. Because that night I understood that some moments should not be forgotten. Marcus, you were the first child living in my heart. That night was the first time I hugged a child. The first time I felt like a father. Marcus's eyes filled with tears. I never forgot you either. Every night, I would think of those big hands, that warm embrace. You were my first father figure. David hugged him. You're my son, Marcus. We don't share blood, but we share heart. That evening, when David returned home, he called his daughter Emma. Emma, tomorrow I'm going to tell you a story. The real story of my tattoo. Really, Dad? Yes, sweetheart. And I'm going to tell you that you have a new brother. The next day, David introduced Emma to Marcus's family. Emma was initially surprised, then very happy. So you're the child my dad saved. She had hugged Marcus. And your eagle's daughter, Marcus had said, smiling. That evening, they all had dinner together at the house in Virginia Beach. David told the complete story. That night, how he found Marcus, how he saved him, how he thought of him in the following years. Every Veterans Day, David said, I would pray for you, Marcus, that you were living a good life, that you were safe, ... double quotes. Marcus stood up, bowed before David. I can never repay my debt to you, but I promise you, I will try to be worthy of this country, this uniform, this tattoo. David lifted him up, hugged him. You're already worthy, son. You're already worthy. Little Amir came over, climbed onto David's lap. Grandpa, he said in a small voice, did you save my daddy? David smiled, hugged the child. Yes, little eagle. I saved your daddy. But actually, he saved me. Months passed. Marcus's unit was preparing for a new mission. They were going to be sent to Afghanistan. Are you scared? David asked one evening. A little, Marcus said, honestly. But I know you're always with me. This tattoo, he said, pointing to his chest, gives me strength. David took out a box, gave it to Marcus. What is this? Open it. Marcus opened the box. Inside was a small eagle pendant, made of metal from an old Marine Corps bullet. This is from the night I saved you, David said. I kept this bullet as a memory. Now I want you to carry it. Marcus's hands trembled as he held the pendant. I can't accept this, ... You can, and you will. This will protect you, just like you protected me all these years by being in my heart. Marcus put the necklace on, hugged David tightly. I love you, Dad. I love you too, son. The day Marcus's unit was leaving, David went to the base to see him off. Other Marines' families were there too, saying goodbyes. Marcus approached in full gear, his rifle on his shoulder. Ready, son? Ready, sir. They hugged one last time. David whispered in his ear, remember, you carry the heart of an eagle. Fly high, protect your brothers, and come home safe. I will, Eagle, I promise. Marcus boarded the transport plane. As the plane took off, David touched his chest tattoo. The eagle seemed to spread its wings wider. 3 months later, David received a letter. Dear Eagle Dad, I'm writing this from Afghanistan. Every day I think of you, of our family. The pendant you gave me is always with me. Yesterday, we saved a village from terrorists. I thought of you, of how you saved me. I'm trying to be worthy of the eagle you saw in me. Your son, Marcus. David smiled, looked at his tattoo again. 2 eagles now flew in his heart, the one on his chest, and the one across the ocean. And so ends the story of Eagle and his little eagle. Sometimes fate brings people together in the most unexpected ways. A Marine's heart knows no boundaries. He can embrace a child from across the world and make him family. David and Marcus's story shows us that love, courage, and loyalty are the true meanings of being a soldier. Thank you for listening to Heart of a Soldier. If this story touched your heart, please share it. Until next time, remember, we all carry an eagle in our hearts.